Norm Macdonald Live was a video podcast hosted by Norm Macdonald that produced 39 hour-long episodes between 2013 and 2017. The show was primarily interview-focused and the guest list was comprised almost entirely of comedians. Norm's wry wit and deep knowledge of the comedy scene made the show a hidden gem for comedy nerds. The show had many hilarious moments and also profound ones, but there is one moment in particular that stands out as Norm's crowning achievement in interview history. This moment happened during his interview of David Letterman. Now, David Letterman himself is a stand-up comedian and legendary talk show host. He spent a combined total of 33 years hosting his shows Late Night with David Letterman on NBC and Late Show with David Letterman on CBS. One of Letterman's most famous segments was his Top 10 list, in which every night he would read a list of top 10 jokes on a particular theme. This segment became so popular that collections of the top 10 lists were even republished as books. Like Norm Macdonald, David Letterman was also known for his offbeat style of alt comedy. In fact, Norm Macdonald as a young comedian idolized David Letterman. Once Norm became famous, he was a frequent guest on Letterman's shows, and the two held a mutual reverence for each other. Letterman held Norm in such high regard that Norm was given the honor of being the final comedian to ever perform on Letterman's show when he retired in 2015, an appearance that made Norm Macdonald break down in tears.
Very funny, Norm, and thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen. That was very sweet, Norm. Good night, everybody.
Even though David Letterman was no stranger to the camera, he was quite reclusive outside of doing his show. He rarely made appearances on other talk shows or sitcoms, so Norm getting him to appear on Norm Macdonald Live was a massive achievement that very few could pull off. In 2017, Letterman sat down to be interviewed by Norm, and the episode is a great watch for any comedy fan. But there is one moment that stands out as one of the most brilliant moments in interview history. At the end of his interview, Norm asks Letterman to read a top 10 list.
All right, we'd like to thank David Letterman for being on the show. But before he leaves, he has agreed to do a top 10 list.
Okay.
Letterman at first seems a little off-put by the idea, as it would undoubtedly come off as a little hacky. But out of respect for Norm, Letterman concedes and even says he would never do that for anyone except Norm.
Yeah, I'll do this for you. Okay. I would only do this for you. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I would only do this for you.
Well, that's sweet.
And then, this happens.
Yeah, I would only do this for you.
Well, that's sweet. Well, let's start.
And that's it. That was the end of the show. You see, Norm Macdonald was one step ahead of Letterman. Norm knew that the real prize was not Letterman reading the list, but agreeing to read the list. Over the years, Letterman had read over 5,000 top 10 lists on his show, and the concept had been beaten into the ground. Any comedian could produce an amusing top 10 list, but only one comedian on the planet could get David Letterman to agree to read one on his show. By ending the episode immediately, Norm not only executed an elaborate prank on his guest and the audience alike, but also spared Letterman from the perceived indignity of performing that top 10 list. It's moments like this that cements Norm Macdonald as one of the greatest comedic minds of a generation.